I have 2 buckets here. I have my KitchenAid mixer bowl, and I'll show you why I use that here in a little while. But I also have a saucepan, a big giant saucepan, and everything, like all of the sinew pieces, all of the skin that I don't think we'll eat, all that goes, and the bones go into this pot, along with that fat that I saved yesterday, goes in that pot, and we'll make bone broth. So. Okay, this chicken broth is really flavorful. So you can save that by itself, or you can put it in with the pot you chose for the bones. This is the chicken that I just pulled. And when I put it in here on the paddle attachment and paddle it for a few minutes, it's going to tear all the chicken apart. So now I have shredded chicken. And so it's a lot like what you would put like on a barbecue chicken sandwich. Now these 2 containers have several layers of chicken, and they go in the freezer, and we'll take them out a little bit at a time. Okay, so all the bones are in this pot. You want the lid on, and this is going to be cooking at 215, 220 degrees, somewhere in there, for 24 to 48 hours. Okay, this has been cooking for 12 hours overnight, a little longer than that, because I think I put it in about 6 o'clock last night, and it looks completely different. The bones are really soft. They'll just break apart, and you want to break up those bones. So I'm just going to kind of hammer this down here and crunch up some of those bones. That means all the calcium and all of the really great bone marrow is getting into bone broth. So, organic bone broth for free. You can see how on this top layer it's nothing but fat. See that line right there? That's what I use when I put chicken fat in stuff. So last night I looked at it again, and I chopped up all of the rest of the bones, and when I stir it around, you can see every bone is just tiny, tiny, tiny. Tiny, 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 or chopped in half. And that lets all of the marrow get into the broth. So, okay, my bone broth has cooled off, so I won't burn myself. And this is an enormous bowl and in a colander. And there's a reason you do it in the sink. And that's just going to drain off. Give it plenty of time to drain off. This is the bone broth that I did yesterday. And you can see on the top it's got a layer of fat. And underneath is a layer of liquid. And I'm going to skim the fat off the top. What you need to do next is stir the broth real good, because there's lots of bone marrow and stuff that's settled at the bottom. I pour the bone broth into this pitcher, and then I can pour easily into my ice cube trays. And then these go into the freezer and get frozen, and that's what you see me pulling out when I say, oh well, let's
let's beef up the chicken flavor. That's bone broth.